Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome folks, today the Hungry Gamer is back with another mini review, and today we are revisiting Fractal Beyond the Void. Now, this is a rarity for me. I did a little bit more when I first started the channel, but I don't often revisit games that I previewed in this sense. Sometimes I'll come back with a playthrough, or I often talk about them on the monthly menu, or my Game of the Year awards, or on the podcast, but I rarely revisit in full video form. And before I go any further, I do need to tell you that I did receive a copy of this from the publisher, and I did work with the publisher after I made my preview. They asked me to help them secure some interviews and things like that, and that is something that I did with them back during the Kickstarter campaign. I'm not employed by them now, and just so the timeline is clear, I worked with them after I'd already made my preview video, and then after the fact, they approached me and asked me if I would help get some interviews and more content for them as they were going into their Kickstarter. Full disclosure there. But as I said, I'm not employed by Board Game Inc. in any way, shape, or form. Now, that said, I initially reached out to Board Game Inc. to cover this game as a preview because of Streamline Matt. If you know me well, you know that 4X games aren't really my jam. Like, I'll play them, and if they're, if they're sufficiently sci-fi or fantasy-based, then I will definitely play them. When they're more historical-based or whatever, I'm less interested. But it's not really my jam. But Streamline Matt loves these kinds of games, and over the years, I've started to develop an appreciation for them. And some of them I actually quite enjoy, thinking of Warpgate, which is a fast one, and Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor, which is a co-op 4X. And I enjoy Eclipse, and so on and so on and so on. But Streamline Matt said, hey, remember that game we played, Exodus? And I was like, yes, that was fun. He said, well, they have this 4X game coming. Do you think you can get it? I was like, I don't know. So I reached out, I think it was on Facebook, and I managed to get a copy of this thing. And it came in, and I tested it out the first time. I was like, huh, that is nothing like any other 4X I've played. That's pretty cool. And then so I got the prototype, played it more, and I did a couple of videos on it, and I really liked it. And what I really liked about it was the way the combat works, the way you're choosing your actions every turn, the way the races work. Pretty much everything about it I really enjoyed. The only part of it that I didn't necessarily think was better than every other 4X I played was the exploration. The exploration is the smallest of the X's in Fractal. But I really enjoyed it, and I very favorably previewed it, which is probably why they asked me to, work with them afterwards, because they're like, oh, he clearly likes this game. But with all of that being said, that was going to be the end of it for me. I was going to get the game, I'd play it, I'd enjoy it, play it with Matt. In fact, the game is still at Matt's house right now. It's living there. But I went and I played a 3-player game in person with the new stuff last night. And I wanted to come back and make another video because, wow, it is so good. I really liked it before, but the little subtle changes that they've made, the development they've done, the modules that have been added in, the faction balances and stuff are just fantastic. And the production's really good too. But it's just one of the best 4X experiences I've ever had, period. I had a blast. It helped that I won, but still, we just had a great time, and there is so much more in this box than existed in what I previewed. We pulled some of the modules out there. There's a long campaign, and throughout the campaign, different things get introduced, but you can kind of pull them out. And so Streamline, he kind of pulled some of these things out, and he made his own, he called it Build Your Own 4X, added some modules in, and we wound up using 2 of them. We were going to use 3, but we forgot about one. We used this Ancient Technologies module, we used this Deep Space module, and we were played on a small board, and it just was everything that I think a 4X game should be. It did really well. Done. And so there's not much for me to say. I'm going to have some pictures going up now so you can just kind of see what it looks like, but the production is great. I mean, really great. It's got these metal tokens that are just amazing. Though they're oddly hard to pick up. It's weird. I don't have any fingernails, so that's probably why. There's very lovely rounded coins, and for whatever reason, I couldn't pick them. I was the only one that had the problem. But these lovely, lovely deluxe coins that you can get, and it just, the minis look good, the tiles are a good size, you can see what's going on. Everything has its place, the box is really good, and it's just delightful. And I cannot wait to try out some of the other modes. I cannot wait to actually dig into the campaign. I really want to try the cooperative mode. It has bots that you can use, and if you know me, you know an AI that gives you bots that you can use to make a game cooperative or to add players to a game is always going to be something that I'm a fan of. So there's all of that. So what are my quibbles with the game? I think they remain the same. They remain the same. And that is, the exploration is the smallest of the X's. There's some cards out there, and you can kind of go and flip them over. Though, I will say the Deep Space expansion module that we added does add a little more exploration to it. And then the other one is that there's a lot of rules. There's just a lot of rules. And we got a lot of rules wrong last night. In fact, I'm wearing this shirt, which I wore last night, specifically because that is accurate. I won, but definitely have an asterisk on that win. So there you have it, folks. That is kind of my revisit of Fractal. I'm really here with this video to say, if you like 4X games, you need to order a copy of this. There are some copies available from Board Game Inc. You can get it directly from the website. Everything's not there right now. Some stuff is already sold out or they're selling out, so get on it quick. This came on Kickstarter around the same time that Voidfall showed up, and Voidfall, which I haven't actually gotten to play, but Voidfall, everyone says is fantastic. And I'm here to tell you that Fractal is fantastic and is one that you should definitely be playing if you are into 4X games, and you like conflict and all those things, and especially if you don't like dice, because the combat is all done by cards, and these cards that you play, it's all about figuring out what you think the other person is going to do. Because if you predict what they're going to do, you can nullify their attack by playing your card, but of course you play that card now, you don't have it again for the rest of the fight, and so on. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant combat, and I adore it. Anyhow, point is, check out Fractal, get a copy if you like 4X games, chase it down. It's really, really good. 4X games don't usually come into my Game of the Year consideration because it's just not my jam, really. This one might. This one has a legitimate possibility, as I play more of it throughout the year, of making it into my Game of the Year nominees. And for that to happen is huge for someone like me. So, there you have it, folks. That is Fractal Beyond the Void. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.